Yeah. Wait. Is it working? It's working. Cool. Hello and welcome everybody back to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, and of course the boys as we carry on our tabletop RPG night with some more Warhammer Fantasy. So, in the last episode, the noble Maelius von Humperdinck had come to terms with his new pubescent warband member. Is that right? Pubescent? I think it's right.
It sounds right.
I'm about to start chopping heads off.
As he met the new and improved and rejuvenated Carla. And after some fun was had, he explained to the group that they had been rewarded with, I believe it was 1,600 gold coins. So they each got like 200 and something. The change of which went over to dear old Mario. They decided to follow Mario later on as they were given more time to just sit and chill and chat as their lord got more and more pissed, realizing that Mario actually has a family and that his family was related to the waiter who died in the Golden Hammer. Things started to come together. After this, the dwarf Ragnar and I believe some other people also went out to help Mario equip himself. So now he has a full leather armor, I believe.
Yep.
And apart from that, not much else happened except from the group getting shown the new craft that they will be sailing out of Nuln on in a few days' time. Which is where we are now. Just one last... Hang on. Zoom in a bit. Ugh, not that much. One last look as the party can get situated, put their stuff in whichever room they wish, and check up on certain things that are growing. Before they return to the Three Crowns. Perhaps one of the group heads off somewhere else, as it is the second to last day of Black Powder Week. Tomorrow is the last night, and the next morning they set sail. So is there anything you guys want to do with this evening?
This is the last night? Sorry?
Second to last night.
Okay.
Other than the standard things that Ragnar does every night, so the rune crafting, not particularly.
Okay, so we move forwards. You all get another fairly decent night's sleep. Ooh.
I got something. I'm going to approach Liliana. Not Liliana, sorry, Aurelia.
Oh.
Okay. I helped you, and now I need help.
Oh, he's learning to share his issues. It's kind of adorable.
Yeah, I've
He's
got one bottle
already
of blood
better
wine
than
left.
Horus. Aurelia will cock her head to the side and say, if I can help, I will.
Sorry, I've got 2 bottles of blood wine left, and if not, that's definitely not going to be enough for the journey, even with my experiments going on. So, either tonight or tomorrow, I will need your help on finding something to replace it with.
Aurelia's gonna cock her head to the side and say, what sort of replacement do you think you should get, Casper?
Well, we got elk last time, did we not? Or deer.
You did. Can certainly go hunt for those again. It's an easy task. Out of character, do I know that you've drained a man of his blood?
Yes. I made
I
it
do.
quite obvious. Yeah.
Okay. I will mention, although I loathe to mention this, but there are still gang bangers in the city, which we could corner. You helped me, so I will repay my debt.
I was thinking, I don't exactly want to just go ahead and take a life. I was actually thinking this could be a money opportunity. Hopefully, you never know. This might be the day it just kind of goes, oh yeah. But perhaps the fighting bit. If I manage to keep what I kill, or you want to take part and kill or whatever.
Red's gonna raise an eyebrow. Ah, Casper, that is a very interesting idea. I could most certainly do that. Will also be a bit of sport. I've been bored most lately. After the Marquis, we haven't done anything, to be honest.
Yes. Well, I'll leave it to you. Do it if you want to do it tonight, tomorrow, or tomorrow night.
Whatever time is best for you, Casper. Probably best if we do it tonight, though, since tomorrow I'll just spend my last day in the Dragon.
Very well. If that's all right. That's out of character.
Sure, you can do that.
Okay. Well, that'll grab my things and accompany Aurelia to the fighting pit in the slum.
Okay.
Are you brave enough to walk down back alleys? And I mean, it is Gunpowder Week, so technically you can walk along the docks along the front here, which would be quicker, because they're firing off fireworks all over this area. So
I mean,
yeah,
to be fair, depressed Casper's not really going to give a shit too much if I walk down an alleyway and someone tries to bug me. I'm like,
This is probably a good time to walk along the God damn it, what's it called? The dock front. Because it is going to be well lit. There's going to be lots of people there, so like even the thugs take time off. Yeah, they might do some pickpocketing, but yeah, you know, there's drinking to be had. So you could get back to the insane asylum building within about 26 minutes, say 30 minutes, because of the crowd that you've got to get through. So if you two wanted to go down to the fighting pit, you could indeed do so.
sure.
I believe everyone is back. So if you wanted to take any other members with you, you could.
I'll just before we leave, I'll ask everyone if they're interested. If they're not, Casper will just shrug his shoulders and just carry on.
I'll probably follow.
I'll leave it entirely to Casper. If he wants to ask people to go or not.
Anyone else? Sorry, anyone else?
Where are we going?
To
Fight
the asylum.
It's
Go to the fighting pit.
Okay. Ragnar didn't have more important places to be right now.
Oh, and it is evening.
Yeah.
oh,
True.
I will probably go to bed instead.
Okay. No, that's
Well,
fine.
it's not. So it's not that late evening. It's probably like 7, 8 o'clock. Well, no, it's going to be 8, at least 8 o'clock, because you said that you'd finish at 7, and you would have spent an hour at the boat. Well, a couple of minutes at the boat. How it? Because I can't remember how long it takes you to walk across the bridge.
I could be busy just transporting my stuff to the boat.
Yeah, you've got a couple of minutes.
You know what? I'll join. I don't have to do every day. I just need to make up the day later.
Well, no, you already. So you. I'm thinking because again, a lot of time has passed. You would have already done your
Okay,
room
yeah.
crafting because you went to Bane early in the morning and traded in the
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah,
blowpipe for the thing. Then you went back to the tavern, I think, and then you went to the dwarven quarter, and then you came back. A lot.
A lot's happened.
A lot's happened. It's quite easy to lose track of what's gone on where, but technically it's 8 o'clock and all your jobs are done for the evening. So it's up to you what you guys do after that.
I'll
In that
follow
case, yeah,
them after all.
Yeah, I'll definitely join in that case. Because why not? Might be able to see someone get beaten up. Yeah.
Okay,
You never know.
I can't quite remember where my map is for this one, or if it's even on this game, or if it's in the Dark Heresy game, because there were 2 fighting pits I did. So for now, it's all in imagination land. So it takes you a good half an hour to make your way down to the asylum building, and another 20 minutes to make your way in and through the tunnels and to the vast underground cavern, where is the black market, and there are many mutants. There's probably not as many about as normal, but you guys probably would have noticed that there's a lot more hooded figures up top. Even the mutants enjoy seeing the fireworks, apparently. But there's a big crowd around the fighting pit. That seems to be as busy as ever. It's just the market that seems to have closed down a lot earlier.
Okay.
As you make your way over there, currently it looks as if there is a mutant with a tentacle arm. His arm has been split into 2 tentacles, and he's got 2 knives wrapped in each tentacle, and he's just swinging his arm around trying to stab into what looks like a timber wolf.
Darius is rolling in his father's eye in the far future, screaming fucking twists, but that's neither here nor there. Hey, unit. All good?
Well, should be better now.
Hey,
Hello.
sounds good to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll need to now buy a new mic for my
Oh,
PC.
shit. Well, hopefully this will work for now at least. Did you come with? Or did you
You
stay?
were going to the fighting pits, right?
Yes.
Yeah, why not? I'll tag along.
So at the moment, oh, we've got an echo.
Yep, sorry.
No worries, dude. So as you take your seats, or just get a good view of what's going on, the wolf just leaps forwards to this poor mutant as his weapon just misses entirely. The wolf rips out the mutant's throat, and he bleeds out. The crowd goes mad at this, and you can see that the guys who were taking bets are just taking coins. Are just handing out coins, because it appears as if everyone bet on the wolf. It's a big ass wolf. It's at least double the size of a normal wolf.
Okay.
Or ones that at least the humans are familiar with. For the dwarves, for Ragnar, this is a normal wolf. For the elves, medium sized compared to your forest wolves.
A good outsized pup.
And there's a few moments of just letting the crowd go mad, just the body twitching on the floor, the wolf chowing down. To be honest with you, most fighting animals are starved to get them aggressive, and drugged. This one seems to be starved, as within short order the legs are gone and most of the face.
Jeez, that was quick.
before a few clowns come out with pointy sticks and try to persuade the wolf back into the cage. The wolf drags the carcass into the cage with it, or into the back of the arena. As the arena is a reminder, because not all of you can see into my brain. The arena is a circle, but there's only a 80% semicircle that they actually fight in. The other 20% of the semicircle is two cage doors, one that lets human combatants out, and one that appears to let beasts out. Although some pit fighters have come out of there as well.
Okay. I'll turn to the group and ask, well, as it was my idea, I should probably be the one to fight, unless any of you else are interested in this. Or you can sit here and make some coin.
I
Brother's
mean,
gonna.
are group fights a thing in this pit?
Oh, I think they have much more entertaining combatants than chickens.
Chickens?
Brother's gonna look around. Does it seem like there are any team fights in this pit?
This is a mutant-run underground fighting pit. You can ask, so over by each corner of the arena, the viewing platform of the arena, you can see that there are definitely big hunch motherfuckers who are protecting basically the people, the pit fighters owners, or the beast owners, or the people who have brought in game or fighters. There's an area that's definitely cut off from general public, so you could go over there and ask, or that's where you go and you volunteer to, I want to fight in the pit. And you can see some people, some mutants, getting up and walking over there to try their luck.
Yeah, okay. I'll make my way over. I think I talked to some guy last time I was there.
You did.
If I
You
can-
did indeed.
If I can see him, I'll go talk to him.
Before you go, I will tell you. Two things I should ask. First one, can we keep what we kill? And second one, can there be team fights? Because if can there be, team fights, get more. She's gonna look at the guy being chowed down by the wolf. More. Well, stuff.
Well, if you want to come over and ask with me, sure. My only condition is I keep what I kill. I don't care too much about the coin at the moment.
Precisely. Your brother will go.
Okay.
Casper.
So
Okay.
approach the guy and
Give me a gossip test, just flat,
Sure.
to see if you can. Oh, actually, a +10 for you because you've got you kind of fit in with all the bandaged people and cloaked figures.
I was going to say, does my streetwise get it? Because criminal underworld.
Yes, you can have that as well. I remembered you got a couple of bonuses last time, but I remember you definitely got one for blending in.
Wrapped head to toe in dark robes and masks. Yeah. Holy shit!
Yeah, so as you walk over, you a big dude moves out of your way, and he's just stood right in front of you, just talking to another trader, apparently another human trader.
Okay. So just approaching. Hello again. Are you taking any fighters for the pit?
Always taking fighters for the pit. Can never get enough of them.
Very well. If you don't mind me asking, would you accept if I was to go into the pit for you?
Well, yeah, you can go in the pit. You're not one of mine. I don't own you. You can go in as a freelance. That's fine. But you just get paid. That's all. Rather than me, I suppose.
Fair enough, I suppose. Do you know if they allow team fights? My colleague was asking.
Oh, only for special game. I mean, they'll do a bunch of twists against the champion, They'll do a pack of wolves against a lovers couple, things like that. But just a group on a group of wolves, nah, it's not. It's better to drip feed them. They make more money that way.
Alright. Very well then.
I
Can
am
you...
next to Casper, and I am wearing a mask and a hood, so I'm just gonna whisper behind your ear. You should probably ask if you can keep what you killed too.
My only concern is, can I keep what I kill?
Well, it comes out your prize, but yeah, for the most part, if you want to, feed your family with what you kill, that's fine.
Alright.
It's not all edible, though. I will add that. I don't know if you've ever tried eating goblin, but it's not nice.
I don't intend to. Can you point me towards who I can talk to about organising a fight?
Oh, right there. He just points to basically there's a little dude who's taking down names or signatures and putting them on a board. Most of the people at the moment, it seems to be like they clearly know that tonight's not going to be a big night, so there's not actually many pit fighters who have been brought along. It's all just weaklings and Satadaks who are just trying to get some extra money, basically killing themselves for a few coins.
Okay. Well, I'll make my way over and just give him a nod of the head. Well, I'll thank the guy for first and then make my way over. Just go over and simply ask the young guy if... Well, oh,
Yeah, I noticed that.
yeah, everything just disappeared in roll 20.
Roll 20's having a moment this time.
Yay! At least not Discord this time.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, I'll just... And now it's not loading. Great.
It'll be fine. It's not like we were just about to do combat where you needed your stats. There we go.
Oh, there we go. I think it's coming back.
It is slowly but surely. So sure, you can go over there and write your... basically, the person at the front at the desk will take your name. If you can sign your name, even better. If you have a name, great. And then they put you on a board. Now, they'll probably say to you, you have an option, because looking at you guys, even though you're cloaked, you're thicker, you're broader, you're holding yourselves a little bit taller than all the dregs of the slums around you.
Extra thick.
They are compared to the mutants, except from those two who are conjoined triplets. They are the thickest of them all.
One
boy.
thing to rule them all.
There's just a bellowous roar. A roar that's so deep, so inhuman, it makes the crowd just go nuts. They sign your name.
Yep.
They ask if you want to go ahead of the other ones, because they've had a few deaths. No human. Yeah, he would say human. Has survived yet.
Any idea on what's fighting tonight besides me?
Oh, well, we got the goblins, we got the wolves. I think there's a pit fighter or two that's ready to come up. And a champion's always hungry for another victory. if you know what I mean. As he raises his head up to smile, you'll see that he has like 6 eyes across his forehead, along with his 2 normal eyes. He just blinks them a few times, looking up at you, and then like puts his head back down. And you can opt out of certain fights, but the crowd do like a bit of Renaud having his say.
This champion.
Bellowous roar comes out.
Fuck. Well then.
Rather Carter had to decide. And she's gonna again move closer and whisper to Casper. Do you think they will allow us to take down the champion as a group?
I'll ask.
And before the champion turns out to be Ghost at the Gate Smasher.
I'll just ask the kid if we were to just offer ourselves for the champion fight, would you allow a duel, or however many other party is willing to fight?
He raises his head and blinks furiously with 8 eyes looking at you. One moment. He gets up. Turns out he doesn't have legs. He's got like squidticles, tentacle squid bits. He just slurps along the floor, making his way to the back. You just hear this.
More warpy than I thought.
You just hear this really weird, like, laugh, but it sounds like it's from a jaw that is not able to open. A few moments later, there's just this dum, dum of someone really heavy making their way round, and you see the little squid mutant boy come squiggling along back to his seat. And apparently his boss is now here.
Oh.
A man who suffers with elephantitis would be the closest way to describe him. He is gigantic, bloated. His jaw seems to be wired shut through his own teeth that have grown through the top of his face and poke out. His nose is like an elephant's trunk, drooping down, and is actually able to be moved, and the end, much like an elephant trunk. What's this all about? That's the best you're going to get from me from a wired shut mouth. What's this all about? And that voice ends. So, after saying that, what do you mean you want to fight the champion? No one just chooses to fight the champion.
Would you rather I killed everything else first?
Well, yeah. To be honest. But are you sure? He seems, even though he is twisted and mutated to an alarming degree, his features do still seem human. Like, even though he's monstrous in appearance, you're not scared of him. You're freaked out by him, but you're not like, if he was charging at you with weapons in hand, screaming, you'd probably be under the effects of fear. But at the moment, he's just a weird elephant man thing.
Elephant man. Okay.
Pepsi Man.
But if you're sure, and he kind of gives you that, if you're sure you want to just fight the champion, no one beats the champion.
I think this will be a one-on-one thing.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. Will it be a one-on-one, or will you have me fight it by myself, or can I bring my friend there alongside me?
He would allow a two on one to give you guys a chance.
Well, we all know which dwarves to sacrifice. The one who rolls 40s on his damage rolls.
Not the bearded halfling.
Okay, so the elephant cart man nods and takes your token, Casper, and another one is quickly written out as the little squid dude like pokes around, extending his leg tentacles so he can poke out a bit further. And, what's your name? Oh, right, okay. And writes down Aurelia's name. He takes the other name token and they put them to the top. And there's some dum dum as he goes stomping off round. The announcer, who's not really been announcing that much at the moment, just more of, and another one has died. Look at the blood flow. It's yet another animal has had a good feed tonight. Kind of bored with describing animal deaths. It's kind of what? Here it all goes quiet, and then, well, ladies, gentlemen, freaks of all sizes. It seems that we have a challenger, but a champion. There is just this bellowous roar that doesn't come from the crowd. It comes from within the cages itself, and then the crowd goes wild. This lets to sit for a couple of minutes as more twists and mutants, freaks, and some normal slum dwellers are brought in away from the closing of the market, away from doing drugs and doing all sorts of nefarious deeds, and are brought to watch the champion take the stage. You two are taken down into the fighting pit arena. It is a fetid, stinking, sweaty, just hideous place to be. The floor squelches, as it is just mud, but mud coated and soaked in blood. As you can see, the bodies that were able to be recovered are just left in a pile, just the blood soaking across the floor. There are a few cages that are set up that perhaps would normally house a lot more pit fighters, but at the moment there only seem to be like 2 who are actually working out. But they're not armed and ready to go into battle. They're just in their cells working out or meditating. You are shown to an area where there's a load of equipment, and we won't have. Do you know what? Squidward puts a halt on things. He stops taking names, and he shows you down personally, just squelching along on his little tentacles. Here are the weapons that you can choose to take in, or you can provide your own. He kind of squids along. Any damages you'll have to pay for, of course. Otherwise, you just wait here. He shows you to a very rank, disgusting bench that's next to a metal door that you can just see through the cracks leads to a metal cage that's then the arena.
Okay.
Riley is gonna lean closer to Casper and whisper again. Do you think he realizes how many weapons I'm carrying?
Probably not.
I'm just gonna go back to being silent.
What weapons are on it? If you don't mind me asking.
Rusty ones.
Well, beside the being rusty.
So basically there's 2 or 3 of every kind of weapon of poor quality. So there are billhooks there. They're just rusty and poor quality. There's a 2-handed sword there, rusty and of poor quality. It's mainly there for the mutants who don't have any weapons to have a chance.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Yeah, no. I'll keep it what I have. And I will, when it's time, I'll enter with the enter with my usual, my quarterstaff and a dagger in my belt.
Okay. So there's about 15 minutes where you just sit there, just listening to the crowd growing, the murmuring, the shouting, the screaming. It just grows. For those of you outside, the crowd swells. There were loads of seats that you could take a good, you could get basically your pick of seat, which I imagine your group has got the best seat that you could get to watch the event. But soon the seats are gone, and people are squashing in areas to get a good view of this fight. There are also individuals going round taking bets. There are also some individuals selling food, but if you want to buy the food here, by all means, speak up.
Speak up, Mr. Sapper.
Do so at your own peril.
But yeah, there
Please
are
have
people
a high
running around.
toughness.
Yeah,
Do you want
I
to end up like Carla was before the potion?
It'll probably be a little bit worse in some ways. It'll probably be like
Oh
a
my
parasite
God.
that you don't know
How is it
about.
worse than Nurgle's rot? Jesus.
I don't want to know.
A chaos-infused worm parasite. Yes, yes. Um,
No, lovely.
you thought the Deli Belly was bad. Wait until Chaos gets involved.
The what?
Wasn't that chaos though?
Mantizua's Revenge, the Deli Belly, the Galloping Trots, the Brown Rain. I don't really know how any other words
Please
for it,
no
really.
Montezuma's Revenge.
Are you meaning diarrhea?
I do not wish to ingest a meal named after a lizard man.
Yes, Albie. And that's what all those names refer to. Where was I? Oh yes. So the food vendors are going round. The guys taking bets are going round. Now at the moment it seems as if the majority of people are betting with the champion. You'd probably notice that a couple of the guys taking bets just stop taking bets, just like they're holding up hands that have another arm growing out of the elbow to signify no more bets for the champion, just the challengers, you know.
I'd like to bet 50 gold. If possible.
You're gonna get fucking mugged.
Okay, so you wave down someone who's taking bets, and he comes over, and he looks a lot like a beholder. Yeah, tentacles all over, one big eye in the center. Real freaky motherfucker. Tiny little neck, small shoulders. He comes
Like
over
the chick
and
from Monsters Inc.
a little bit more torso though, more tentacles as well. He comes over and he hears you out, and like he's no more for the challenge, for no more for the champion.
No, that's for the challengers.
How much?
50 gold says they win.
That too much for me, man. 10 be my max. And he visibly seems to, like, 10, he's wincing.
Okay then, 10.
Okay.
You want to kill the poor sot out of character?
Give him a heart attack.
Yes, I do.
If you want, you can make other bets with, there's probably 5, including him, there's probably 5 people walking around taking bets from the crowd.
Yeah, I'm gonna raise my hand as well.
Sure. A dude comes over to you who looks perfectly normal until he smiles and his jaw splits in 2 and his mouth opens like the Predator's.
Lovely.
Charming.
How much you want? No more for the champion.
10 gold on the challenges.
He looks shocked, but he kind of counts the fingers on his hands, and then another pair of hands comes out of his jacket to count off more.
I'm gonna smile and be like, unless you'd wanna bet more.
He just shakes his head at like no. Does some quick maths and then agrees that he can take 10.
We're going to get mugged leaving this place, aren't we?
Fortunately, there's a lot of people
Probably.
betting, so
You better do a good job in the arena, else we will get mugged.
If we do a good job in the arena, you're gonna get mugged anyway.
Yeah.
No, if you're leaving with us, they won't pick a fight with you.
Oh boy.
and before long.
I'm
Yes.
going to specify now. I have the metal mask around my face. I think that the best quality metal mask and shit with the robes and shit, just so it's covering my head and everything, yada yada yada. But I'm
Oh,
not
we have
wearing gloves.
our masks matching.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Aw.
Oh, still 2 masked boys going to a pit, slay champion, and leave. Hopefully.
So, As 15 minutes pass, the crowd has grown, bets have been placed, there's a real atmosphere that's now grown, a real electricity in the air. People are just talking in the crowd. They don't know each other per se, but they all can't wait to see the champion. Will the champion devour them? Will he just crush them? For those of you sat in the crowd, this is becoming more and more odd in their terminology for the champion. Before there is just this bellowous roar. Just this roar that continues for a good 3 or 4 seconds before ending. The crowd goes bloodthirsty crazy. There's small fights break out within the stadium surrounding you guys. Fortunately, no one's stupid enough to attack the well-armed looking ones. Before the announcer comes on. So, my freaks and gentlemen and ladies, and can you feel the atmosphere? Can you feel the tension? This is going to be a great night for the champion. Let's just see what these challengers can bring, shall we? Release the challengers and let them take their positions. The gate opens, the metal door opens, lifts up, and you guys are just bathed in light as you kind of get up, blinking away the dark spots, and okay, fair enough. Stepping into the cage then swings open, and you are left into the arena. There's a good 100 or so jeering faces that are screaming and shouting, fighting, all looking down at you. But some of them look completely bloodthirsty and frothing at the mouth.
Before leaving the area into the pit, I will motion for a fist bump with Casper.
Casper's too depressed to do that, so he just ignore you. Sorry.
I was just gonna look at you, slicing.
Oh no, you're not depressed, Casper.
Let's go on then.
I thought you. Oh no, or did you not? No, actually, I don't think.
I didn't succeed the.
No, you
stuff.
didn't, did you? No. Oh shit, yeah.
Actually, wait, weren't you less depressed because you saved the kid?
Oh yes, this would still be in those hours after you saving the kid. So at the moment, you don't feel massively depressed.
Okay, I'm not super depressed. I'm still a little bit down, but not super depressed. So yeah, I'll do a little fist bump. Why not? I don't know why, but fuck it.
You're pumped. You're about to kill someone for the first time in 2 weeks.
It's really been 2 weeks since we gutted the fucking.
No, it's only been 5 days.
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that.
Almost a week. It feels like 2 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, it's only been about 5 days. So the arena in size is probably 30 meters from one end to the other. So it's quite a decent. Yeah, it's quite a decent sized arena. If you two take your positions opposite from the opposing cage.
Okay.
Does anyone? How's a crowd feeling towards the challengers? How do they welcome you? Not too bad, not too bad. They seem excited for it actually. So no one throws anything at you. A very tense couple of maybe 30 seconds goes by before there's just this bellowous roar that comes out. And you just see the cage door that on your side lifted up. It just gets kicked out. And there's just this ginormous foot that's just punted out this massive slab of metal as it quickly gets hoisted up. Now that you're outside, you can see that there are winches that raise the doors and the cages. As this humongous ogre crouches down, placing one leg through the door, one shoulder, and just has to bend his head down to get under and through this small cage door comparative to his size. Before the cage itself, the door that opened for you, the whole cage for him is lifted up as he brings forth a great weapon.
Rada's gonna just say, "Oh, look, we found the ogre."
It's just like that
Can
scene
you
from Thor Ragnarok. It's just like,
roll for me initiative, and my luck has changed from yesterday.
Shit.
holy shit, you are fucked.
Ew.
Yesterday, my
Wait,
dwarf rolled
Wait, if
crap.
this is the scene from Arena Ragnarok, does that mean that at some point Caspar is gonna go big monster?
Yes. Also, holy shit, I could be an ogre. I could, in theory, beat an ogre in an initiative off.
Yeah, I just realized, like, holy shit, never mind. I rolled
Holy
a
shit.
4 and I beat it. I rolled a 2 actually and I beat it, so never mind.
I mean,
I
I
saw
rolled
the
a
green
1.
outline and went, oh shit.
I'll just
I-
roll to see if I'm faster than an ogre.
I mean, well, I know you just need to say, look at your agility bonus,
Yeah.
because his agility is only 24. Ogres aren't fast,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
there's just 1d10 on top.
I didn't actually add myself to the initiative tracker.
Oh, because you need to put your token down and then click on it.
I'm on the boat.
Click yourself on the board then.
Ah,
Okay.
okay. No. This is going to be a problem where I've got. So don't do anything just yet. Okay, so that's 34. Because I'm on a different page, which means I've crossed over on pages. Which is very, very bad for Roll20. It does not like you having things happen on different pages.
Yeah.
Okay, so where is your... There you are. Turn.
Thank you. And
New Orleans.
64. I have literally 30 higher initiative. All of our initiatives ended with 4. The next number.
Come on, Roll20. There we go. We're not really doing it quickly, but we're doing it.
Doing it.
Okay, so technically that is in descending. So as the ogre waits for the cage to open, he draws his blade as it raises and takes a step onto the field, and the bout is on.
Okay.
You would also notice that the ogre is wearing full chainmail.
Ah, okay. How far away is he?
He is 30 meters away from you.
30, okay. Alright. Oh, Arella, you got the opening move.
I don't think I have the longbow now, but since he's only 30 away, it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna fire 3 arrows at him. So bloop, bloop, and bloop, and then boop, boop, boop. Seriously, 7 damage, 2 times in a row. Look at those fucking dice. I rolled a 3, and a 6.
Fucking 7!
Arm shot, body shot, headshot. At least the headshot's 10 damage.
Yeah. And at least it's Pentaru too, so.
He doesn't really notice the arrows poking into him until the one that hits him in the head, and then he just...
Oh, wait, does he take no damage from those 2 arrows first? Oh, shite.
Okay, he's gonna have a lot of toughness.
Okay.
True.
Alright.
What's Pen do?
I'll just walk forward about. I'm trying to. Casper in his head is trying to gauge the math, like how fast this thing can move before he can react again. if you know what I'm saying, but okay. Casper will move 6 meters forward, but hold his ground just with the staff out.
Okay. He charges 15 meters,
Okay.
and upon charging 15 meters, I believe you're in range of his fear. Oh, hang on, wait.
Oh,
Wait.
No.
No, sorry, frightening. He has frightening. He is frightening. A little bit different than fear. No,
no, it just causes fear. It causes fear.
no, it's terror, isn't it? Terror's the one that makes you run away, and fear's the one that makes you. Yeah, so he's just. Yeah. I don't know why it's called. Never mind. So yeah, he has fear 1 basically.
Okay.
So it would be a flat willpower roll. I believe 15 meters is the distance at which you need to do fear rolls. So that's both for both of you. Unless you've reached 1 insanity. If you've reached 1 insanity, like you have actually gained, which I think you have, Casper,
Yeah,
you negate level 1 fear.
Okay. So
Because you were too insane. You were too insane to care.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Aurelia's not scared either. Good.
Okay.
Hey man, I've really seen some shit. Plus, she's seen a fucking demon, whatever the fuck that was, with the marquee. This is nothing.
True. Okay.
I will give you that. This is just a normal ogre after all.
This is now mundane horror. We're all jaded.
Come back to me once you're covered in warp shit. So sure, Aurelia, you're up again. As the ogre charges towards you, you do have a -20 now that he has ran towards you.
Okay, I'm gonna fire 3 arrows again at him. Longbow. I'm not gonna do the -20 because I'm just clicking up and okay. Oh, that's a hit. That's a miss. And that's a hit. So 2 hits, 1 miss. Because my target is 72 with -20.
Okay.
So, bloop. And bloop. First one, I can substitute, dealing 7 damage again. I think. No, 2 damage more, so 6 damage, and the other one is 8. My rolls, man. Fuck.
Jeez.
Oh boy.
2, 3. You only rolled 2 damages?
Yeah, because the first
Yeah.
one. Oh, sorry, the second one is a miss because I have a -20 there. I just didn't
Oh, okay.
add.
Okay, he gets hit a couple of times and doesn't really take much notice.
Okay.
I don't know.
It
Does he
hurts
still
a
have
bit.
no pen?
Don't get me wrong. It hurts a bit, but he just doesn't really notice.
Okay. I mean, death by 1,000 cuts at least.
Casper, you're up.
He is now. I moved 6. He moved 15. That's 21. He's 9. He's 9 meters away. So I'm going to charge him.
Okay, brave move.
That's a plus 10 or plus 20.
Yep, +10.
Okay. Ah, fucker. I am going to use the lucky charm though.
Sure.
Thankfully, I do have one.
But it was all for naught.
Fuck you, Knuckle. Yep.
So as you come charging towards this ogre, it seems to have a little bit more battlefield experience than you had expected, as it is taken off guard by you charging it. normally the individuals it eats are not quite as brave as this, but you lunge out with your quarterstaff and he has to, come to a skidding stop. But he uses that momentum to strike out with his great sword. So I just had to think for a moment what the benefits were.
Ooh, fuck.
So he just about misses.
Yeah.
Aurelia, you are now up. I believe there's a -20 because you're shooting into combat.
Yep, so I'm basically keeping the same. Well, my attack is going to be 72 because he's no longer running, right?
Yes.
So again, I'm going to add the -20 afterwards, just for expediency's
But if
sake.
you miss with 1 degree of success, you hit Casper.
I hit 2 times and missed 1.
By 2 degrees. Damn it.
Again, I rolled a 1. Look at that. But at least this is 7 degrees of success, so 7 plus 4, that's 11. 11 and 12.
Okay,
So-
11 and 12.
And both are headshots.
Okay.
Okay. Where's my stuff?
Okay, as those 2 arrows hit, 2 straight into the temple, he does falter in, after his swing has missed. Just, it seems like he's taken quite a lot of damage in his life. Goes mainly on instinct. Casper, you're up.
All right.
Blood is trickling down his forehead now.
Fair enough. I'm gonna smack him in the belly. Or hope I'm smacking him in the belly.
Just give it a good open palm slap with your hand on his belly. Just for the nice thing.
I will do a swift attack. So, that's just flat, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, just flat.
Boop, boop, boop. Wow. Fuck you, Nuffle.
So sadly, Nuffle will not allow it as you just come out jabbing, aiming for the gut, but he just, after trying to wipe the blood away, just steps backwards and is out of reach just enough. After wiping the blood away, he takes another swing at the little man with the stick.
Little man thing.
He is going to use his only fate point to re-roll this because I don't know if he'll survive another round. Hey, there we go.
You get plus 10 to
You
parry
do.
or dodge.
Sorry, just 1 second.
Yeah, you do get a plus 10 to your evade roll.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, Jesus, my next
Oh,
roll is going to be a
defense.
93. Holy fuck. Okay. Rolling parry. I hope. Wait, parry or... dodge?
Either one with a plus 10, whichever's higher for this one. Oh, dodge
Yep.
blow if you've got it.
Parry.
So as he just basically just lifts this thing up straight over his head, you just bring up your quarterstaff and just deflect it with a parry, not taking the full weight of the blade. Actually, that is a good point. From now on, I have said this before, but I've only said it once. We do need to roll damage every time. Your quarterstaff breaks.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Your quarterstaff is split in 2.
Alright.
Because on Righteous Furies, your armor or your weapon is damaged or destroyed.
Alright. So with that, I toss it aside.
Aurelia,
That's
you're
a-
up.
Beefy hit.
It would be. I don't know if actually I'm going to roll Oryx Fury for him because he'll never get this opportunity again.
Wait,
It failed.
he has the same strength as I did until I did leveling up.
Hit, right arm.
I've never seen that
So-
happen before. Hit, right arm.
Me neither. So I
It's a
think I-
Skaven! It's a fucking Skaven! Hit, right arm.
Hit, right arm.
So this is all -20, but I hit all 3 times. So damage
Yeah.
number 1, damage number 2, damage number 3.
Ooh!
Baby, I love you. Let me roll this. My flat is 92.
Someone
Come
else is gonna
on,
one-shot the boss.
Target number 92. Come on. Only plus 5 damage.
Only
Still,
plus five.
that's 7 plus 9 plus 19, so that's 28
So-
plus 7.
You're going to hate me for doing this.
35?
There is a flash upon the ogre as the righteous fury is negated.
I fucking knew it. Still,
I,
I still deal 2
you know,
damage to him.
I'm saving lucky charms now for these very specific moments. So let me just calculate the
Makes
damage.
sense. I don't hate you.
So, oh my god, that brings him very close. Oh, he's so close. He's so close as those last 2 arrows strike him in the arm and the head. The one in the head strikes onto another spot in the temple that you've already penetrated. And there's a really satisfying but dull ding. And as you hear this ding, his eyes just go cross-eyed. And after blinking for a moment or two, only one eye corrects itself.
Irela will shout to Castle, "Can I kill it?"
I'm not exactly going to respond as I, fuck. I don't have anything. Well, oh, fuck it. I'm going to pull out the Skaven punch dagger and, just give it a good old punch. I can only attack once, I take it.
Yes, half action to draw the weapon.
So, just 1 hit, no bonuses.
You actually, sorry, I believe they are actually hulking, which I completely forgot. So yeah, there should be a +10.
Hold up, if they are hulking, then I should have hit him once more. One more
Yeah,
time.
there would have been another +10 somewhere down, another hit somewhere down the line, but it passed.
Hey, it's fine.
Yeah, it's because his token at the moment is only a 1x1, which has meant that I was like, oh yeah, he's a 1x, but no, they're big.
I get to kill it.
Okay, so it's kind of squinting, cross-eyed, looking at you, Casper. In its own defense, it probably sees double or triple. It swings and gets another headshot. It's had 2 in a row.
Alright. Gonna parry again.
The crowd is just going absolutely apeshit. They are just, every arrow that hits, that dull ding, the crowd went quiet for. And you heard, even those of you sat watching heard this ding ring very dully out, and people just were screaming. There's also a lot of discussion going on, going, fuck, is the champion gonna fall? It's the champion. As this 2-handed great sword comes flying down towards Casper again. He just smashes it aside with his punch dagger, stepping into the motion, and the ogre's possible last attack
Roll damage.
is negated. Oh yes, good point. Roll damage.
Just in case. Easy. Oh, Fury. Ooh,
Nearly,
no.
nearly.
Not quite. 5 and 6.
Not quite.
Oh, I forgot his strength. Good point.
Yeah. He's strong, boy.
Yeah, strong.
I'm used to fighting with Skaven.
My target is actually 82 now because of the -20. I hit all
Hit
3
right
of them
arm.
again.
Yes.
I don't know why it's doing that. Damage number 1, damage number 2.
There you go.
And hold up, damage number 3. Plus Yorick's Fury. Let's see. 11. So the first hit, which I believe is to the head, hits the exact
It is.
same spot, dealing 25 damage.
So
Because
as this,
I rolled Auric Fury twice. Because if you see the damage, it's 1d10 plus
Yep.
1 because I rolled a 10 and a 1.
as
Fuck
you
Nicole, but thank you.
strike that same location again, there isn't a dull ding that rings out. No, this time the rest of the arrow shaft from the last arrow gets pushed forwards, and the two arrowheads that were already embedded in his skull and part of his frontal lobe are pushed all the way to the back as your arrow penetrates the back of his skull. Some people in the front rows of the observatory are sprayed in brain goo as your shot penetrates up and out, the arrow sticking in the ceiling somewhere above the crowd, and they go wild. However, this is a named NPC. Well, he has he has fortune points, so he gets to roll. Let me just double check this. He has at least gone down to. Well, he had three. He had 3 HP left, so he's got to have gone down to -10 to the head.
That's a kill.
You might think there's no point, but I think there is still like a 1% chance of them surviving. Nope, death is instantaneous.
Yeah,
As
the description is actually perfect too.
the crowd goes silent as the brain goo goes flying back. The ogre seems to take one last step, and there's just silence before he falls to a knee and then face first to the ground. A pile of blood soon forms around the open wound in his skull, and the crowd goes wild.
Aurelia will give a twirl looking around at the crowd, and she'll put her bow behind her back and do a cautious bow once to every side of the arena. And she's gonna look at the big ass ogre and say, "Huh, he took a lot of arrows, didn't he?"
Lydia gives the most out of place girl
than an ogre right now.
He did take.
He took 36 points of damage before having to go into critical. And he had 7 soak. And that was just a normal ogre with a HP increase.
He took 18 arrows to go down.
Yeah.
They
really porcupine right now.
They are quite scary when in groups. On their own against you two killing machines. Yeah. But the crowd just erupts. They are just all the way through this fight. No one believed that the underdogs, you two small individuals, could take on the champion. But lo and behold, at the end, you reign supreme. For those of you who placed bets, the guys who you bet with, they disappear. You get quite scared for a while, enjoying the fight, but going, where the fuck did they go? Before, well, no, I'll give it to you. No, I won't. Yeah, I will. They're quite freaky looking. They're quite easy to pick out. You can see that they're just running about, picking up their winnings from everyone who bet against your comrades. They return to you after about 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5. They come back to you and they just basically pile your hands full of coins. You have to sit there for a while and count out to make sure that there's 10 gold there. Your group has just killed the champion, so yeah, you've both got 10 gold there.
Nice.
Pleasure doing business with you.
They kind of just give you a very sheepish little bow and then just kind of get the fuck away from your group. For you two, down in the fighting pits, there's a couple of moments where there's just erupted applause and people just going nuts before probably about 9 or 10 individuals come along with just this hilariously oversized gurney to try and like roll the ogre on, and as they try to lift it and walk off with it, they realise they can't drag his weight. By the time you're kind of left out, they've brought in a small pony and attached it to the back of the gurney to drag his fat ass out of the arena. For you, Casper, there's a bit of relief as they've lifted him up with his head wound raised in the air, so his vital juices are not going anywhere.
You know, I'm very happy too that I killed him with a headshot. So less blood is going to be flowing out.
You got 3 headshots.
I think I got more than that.
You did. An absurd amount of headshots were had there, but hilariously enough, the first ones were quite low. I was worried. I genuinely sat here and went, Aurelia's going to get like 2 Righteous Furies in the first volley, and I can only get rid of 1. But no, the challenge, the former champion is dragged off the field. You guys go back stage where the elephant man awaits you. He speaks through his teeth like this, and congratulates you, but you can see he's not exactly happy with his challenger being dead. He does offer you to stay on as the reigning champs. He's like, we've got a nice room in the back that you can have. I'll feed you, I'll keep you kept, and you'll have your own room. It's warm.
I was just gonna smile and just look at Casper.
He begrudgingly says something about the champion next week being a goblin boss. So he hands each of you, he gives you an option. He's like, you can take some of the armor from out of here, a full set if you wish, or you can take just one piece, or you can take 20 gold each.
I don't want the coin. What I want is the corpse.
Yeah, he agrees to that. So he basically tells you go around and look and try and pick something out that you want to have, and it's yours basically. He's like, there's loads of there's a big pile of weapons and armor that kind of rusty and shitty looking, but he's like, just pick through it all. Take a complete suit.
You misunderstand me. The corpse.
Yeah, he's like, that's yours. He's like, you can have that. And he offers the same deal to you, Aurelia. He's like, do you want to take the corpse with you now, or do you want to take it into the check out the room that I have for you that you can cav if you're being the champion? Being the champion, I want you to stay and work on. You can see why I'm not doing his voice on.
Where did I put my blue deck? Sorry. I'm gonna fix something real quick.
So if you want to search through it, you can give me an armory test, because it's all different types of armor.
Don't think I have armor.
You have there's no rush on going through it. He's not exactly got, the champion's been felled. He's got things he needs to do. Doesn't appear like you guys want to stay on as the champion, so he's a little bit depressed.
Oh, poor baby.
Oh, now there has to be a new run of who can be the champion, which is good for business, but you know, he's also needs to then pay out a lot more to get the champion, you know.
Oh wow.
The prize money will have to go down.
I'll wait until like they're out of sight before I partake in the bleeding, I suppose.
Sure, you could do that. The pony basically drags the dead ogre into. They probably made like the ogre's room available to you all the time, and they've just dragged it into there, and then pointed out where it is. Obviously,
Okay.
the ogre's room is filthy, disgusting. There are a few shiny objects in there that he seems to have collected over the time. A big belly. He's got like a couple of belly protectors, different types, like painted ones, so he could change them as and when.
Okay.
So we could go to a black belly event instead of a black tie event.
Yeah. Hey, it's the most important thing to an ogre, his gut.
Yeah, the gut plate. I was about to say, like, yeah, that's fair enough. Okay. While we're alone, I suppose I'll try and start bleeding this ogre into my multitude of wine bottles and jugs.
Sure, you can do that.
Okay. Any roll or anything?
No, not really. You've done this a couple of times by now. This is just a bigger cadaver, basically. Kind of makes it easier. You're like, hang on a minute. You take out a knife and like cut one of the veins out, leaving it intact, and just sloop it down into the bottle. It's like, where the veins are a lot bigger, it makes it really easy. You start closing the vein, like, it's a wine tap.
Takes out another vein while he's draining. Sips on it. Sips on the vein straw.
Insanity 1. Maybe not. Maybe just licks his fingers. Maybe just, This will do nicely. This will do nicely, you think to yourself. How many bottles have you got?
I have 1 jug, 3 empty bottles, and 1 bottle that has wine in it. Not blood wine, but wine.
You fill up the 3 bottles and the jug, and it still seems like there's more that wants to come out.
Oh yeah, I expected that, to be honest.
I have a bottle of alcohol if you want. I can lend it to you. You can just toss the alcohol away and use it.
Is this the best quality
I
alcohol?
I tend to mix it, so that's fair enough. Thank you.
You could ask me. I have a bunch of glass vials on me.
Possibly. Okay.
I don't find any weapons that are for a while, do I?
If you just want to use search, then again, there's no real time limit on this. It's however long you want to sift through the junk. So it's up to you. How long do you want to spend doing it? Because if you just spend just a quick search, there's going to be minuses.
I'm gonna look around while Casper is draining the big dude. So I don't know how long it's gonna take to drain an ogre.
It's not going to take long for him to fill up the bottles that he's got. But I'll tell you, for every half an hour you spend searching, you get a +10.
I mean, I can sit here for a while. I could probably actually top up my thirst at the moment because I've got like 2 days. Yeah, 2 days left before I.
I'm gonna do another search then.
What if I just start drinking from the tap?
Hey, I succeed.
Okay, so as you're going through the pile of just junk armor, you're basically throwing most of it over your shoulder. You've technically got 2 degrees of success. So after throwing loads of shit over your shoulder, and you're getting quite deep into this pile of just rusty crap. Fortunately, it's armor and it's not spiky, so you don't need to worry about tetanus. But after your gloves have come away stinking of rust, dirty, you almost give up when there's just a tiny little glimmer of something. And you get the rest of the junk off of it, and you see what looks like a gauntlet. Okay, they're quite heavy, they shouldn't be. You pick this thing up, and it weighs at least double what it should weigh. Maybe triple what you think it should weigh. It looks really filthy, covered in... It almost looks as if someone's been chucking water on top of the rusty weapons, and that rusty water has just been dripping down on top of this. But you wipe away where you saw the shiny bit, and you wipe away the dirt and rust residue, but underneath still shines. You have a rusty gauntlet. A shiny rusty gauntlet.
I'll pocket that into my bag. Are there any arrows around?
There are some poor quality rusty arrows that go along with the rusty weapons. You could search through them because there are a lot of them. Again, it looks like they're just getting arrows from somewhere and putting them in the pile. They probably have 6,000 arrows. A lot of them are broken, bent, and, rusty, but yeah.
I'll search for another half an hour, not doing anything, and Casper is enjoying himself.
Sure.
Hey!
Okay, so as you go through the arrows, you are literally just like flinging these fucking things into a pile, just hoping that someone burns them. With 3 degrees of success. Yeah, 3 degrees of success. It really does take you to the max amount of your time before you find 1d10 normal arrows. So 1d10.
9, that's very good.
And then you find 1d10 arrows that you're not quite familiar with.
Ooh.
Although, as an elf, you probably would be at least half aware. These look like arrows that were meant for penetrating armor. You have 9 bobbed-in arrows, +1 penetration.
Oh, did you just give me armor-piercing arrows? I like it.
Yes.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna have AP -3 if I use these.
Yes.
Now he can kill children from cover.
Run, Carla. Run!
Oh shit, yeah, you're right. Fuck.
You pierce your fucking armor.
She's not aware of.
I actually do.
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
She's got fucking chainmail.
So you would notice these the 9 bobbed-in, they need to be repaired. They are rusty, but it doesn't look like it's iron. It does look like these were made out of steel. For armor-piercing arrows, they are counted as best quality arrows, but function as normal quality.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, so they don't fly any further, they don't give you any bonus to damage or anything like that, but they do give you the +1 armor penetration. So, yeah, when you come up against a Chaos Warrior in full plate, you're like, cool. opted.
Hey man, I'm happy.
But unfortunately, that's all you can find. But they don't actually seem to care that you take 20 items rather than just, a full set of something. For those of you in the stadium, an hour has passed and there's still no sign of them. What kind of reward are they getting back there?
While
Jobs of blue.
While they're getting their reward, can I try and find that guy we bought the warp stone from last time? Because that was down here, wasn't it?
It certainly was. Gossip test -30.
I touched all my.
Ah. I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna spend a fortune for that. Because I really wanna get some. If I can. Either that or purge my bad rolls. I'm purging my bad rolls, although that would have passed without the -30. That hurts.
Yeah, sadly, as you ask around, you normie, they just turn you away.
You're telling, as the last person watched past, you're telling me no one's heard of Clan Yellowfang?
I don't think they said that to us.
No, because I passed the thing, that test, and I actually got that information from him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Last
it's
time.
just being Waldo. Got it.
Yeah, yeah. I just returned to the others,
Silence.
kind of look dejected, and returned to the others. Got nothing but crap down here.
Think about crack. Very sad. Okay.
So what do you think they're getting from the, like, have they just been kidnapped, or?
Maybe they're getting some special rewards.
I'm sure they'll return eventually.
I mean, they've killed an ogre, so...
So, after an hour, Casper,
Yep.
you filled up all of your belongings that can contain the vital fluids that you need. You can tie a knot in the vein if you want, or you could, no one's looking, just kneel down to that ephemerate artery and just.
I'll probably. I don't think it would take me that long to fill all of them up. So while Aurelia is searching, I'll probably just take a cup, take one of my cups I have, and just have a couple of gulps from that.
Okay, cool. You don't gain any insanity. You didn't go with the GM's sick desire there. If you had just been like, yeah, I'll do that, you would have gained 1 insanity. But no, as you've done the smart thing, you've taken a cup and cleaned it out with a bit of blood, and then filled it up. Drink your.
I have a cup. I don't need to grab one of his. I have one of my own.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool. You fill up your own cup and drink deeply from it. Because it's ogre's blood and this was a particularly strong creature, you're going to get an extra day from each bottle.
Okay.
So you can add on an extra day to your... Because for each drink, that was meant to be realistically of human blood or greater. This is the first time you've drunk greater, so you're getting an extra boost. Which I'm sure will piss you off because it changes all the maths, but...
No, that's okay. So would you say I have like a bottle's worth? So that will be 3 days. So I'm up to 5.
So technically each bottle you're halving because you're mixing alcohol with
Yeah.
to make blood wine. And we're going to say for ease of use, you're doing a 50-50. So for each bottle of Ogre's Blood, you'll get 5 days rather than 4. Because weren't you on 4 already?
Each bottle of wine only give me 2 days.
Okay then, so the Ogre wine will give you 4 days then. So it will
Okay.
double it.
So that would bump me up to 6. Okay.
Yeah, he's doubled the human, doubled doubled the satisfaction, I suppose.
Okay. Sweet. So I have 2 that are worth 2 days and 4 that are 4 that are worth 4 days.
So
And a jug.
yes, and a jug which you'll have to carefully carry out.
I'll probably cover. I have a leather skull cap. I probably use that to kind of cover the top of it.
Sure. Yeah, you could do that. Do you want to search through the junk to see if you can find anything?
Sure. Why not?
So if you're just going to do a quick search, there's a -20 because there's the amount of shit there. If you do a half an hour, you get a +10.
Okay, so I'll pull another. I'll pull another hour. Why not? So it's flat. Flat search. Let's go.
No. So if you're doing an hour, you'll get a +20 to your roll.
Oh, okay. Then I do that then, I suppose. That's 6 degrees.
So 6 degrees of success. You've seen like the piles that Aurelia's gone through, and the armor pile's been gone through. She went through the arrows. You can attempt to go through the armor, like carry on digging where she went, because she's already got quite far into it. Or you can go over to the swords and weapons and start going through there.
I'll flip a coin. Heads for weapons, tails for armor. Armor.
Okay. You dig down further into the pile and you find a shiny gauntlet. Well,
Oh.
but as you grab hold of it to throw it out, you realise, oh, it's like 3 times heavier than it should be. And as you look where your thumb has moved it, you're like, huh, it's shiny. Huh.
You
That
have the
might
other
be worth
pair.
keeping.
You have the other hand of the pair.
I'm gonna put it on. Why not?
Okay,
You're gonna
so
put
you
it on?
put on the rusty, rust-covered gauntlet. It's hard to explain. You
Roll for tetanus.
feel like, well, he's a vampire, doesn't matter. You see, if you'd said you'd gone with the weapons, I would have said like, oh, roll for oh, it doesn't matter because you're a vampire. You don't know. Your hand feels a little bit more agile for whatever reason. You start moving it around, and yeah, you reckon with this, I don't know, you might be able to parry a little bit better or something. Not quite sure.
So
Do you wipe you try and wipe the rest of the grime and dirt off?
yeah, why not? I'll take out a cloth or whatever I have, or I'll grab his bedcloth for all I care,
Yeah,
and just
sure. So you go back to the ogre's room and grab out a piece of cloth and rub the dirt off onto something that's also dirty, but it seems like the rust is clinging to the ogre's filth quite nicely. You get most of it off, and then you pull out another cloth, and maybe with a bit of alcohol you wipe it off, and wow, this thing's really shiny. Quite intricate as well, and hang on a minute. What's this sigil-like thing that's carved into the...
we found a gauntlet with a rune in it.
What did we find?
I don't know.
Oh boy, I feel disturbance in the ancestor spirits. Oh,
Do I see this?
Yeah, you've probably sat down and, going over your arrow tips and, checking the shafts and, oh, well, I'll probably have to redo the quivers at one point. And because you're an archer, it's more of your thing to check over your prize. As you see Casper, like, looking at the two piles. You're like, yeah, I found something at the bottom of that one. And he's like, well, yeah, I don't fancy tetanus. Could I get tetanus? Yeah, best not try. Not after what happened to Carla. And he pulls out another gauntlet. And sure, you can even say, oh, yeah, I've got the matching pair to that. As he puts it on and starts cleaning it away, he's like, my one's got a sigil on. You can clean yours off to see if there's a sigil on yours. Or not a sigil, a carving into it.
I'm going to do the same thing, but I will also flip a coin to see. Mine is the left hand. This is the right.
okay. Perfect.
As you clean it away.
Wow.
As you clean it away, mine's got a mark on it as well. Hey, look, it's the same design. Definitely a matching pair. Not one of my people's designs, though. And Casper, you can't think of any of your people who have been seen in gloves, in gauntlets like this. They're quite bulky. On your hand, Casper, they were, the fingers weren't quite long enough and your hand rattled around a bit, but it still fit you. But yeah, Aurelia, yours has a matching engraving on it.
I'm gonna equip the left gauntlet, and I'm gonna go for a fist bump with him. And go, come on, bro, do it.
All right. I'll bump fists with the gauntlet.
Instead of, as you go to bump fists, instead of going square on, your hands just turn to the side ever so slightly, so the gauntlets hit on the knuckles and deflect, and you end up accidentally elbowing each other at the same time, like on each other's elbow, like, huh.
Excellent, we just heard each other.
Brilliant. Okay.
No, it's like when you do a fist bump and then like do your elbows. It's you didn't put a lot of power into it, so it's like, it's fallen to the
It was just gonna look around, look at the gauntlet. Oh, interesting.
Oh boy.
I think I know someone who's probably gonna be turning around in his grave right now. Technically, he's still alive, but you know who I'm talking about.
He will be dead when he finds out that you guys are keeping those.
Oh boy.
Oh, we're keeping those. I'm ambidextrous. I don't mind which hand I have.
I mean, with the destruction of my staff, this could replace it as a weapon. So.
It's the sad fact of the ancient relics of the oldest races. They end up in piles of junk.
Okay.
Really is gonna look at Casper and say, "Do you think he has any more of this? Whatever this is in that pile?"
Call in the person that can look through it well.
No.
Worth a try.
I don't think you'd even be allowed back here, to be honest, because you were in the fight.
Oop! There goes roll
yay.
for it again.
Yay!
Not roll for it, roll 20.
Huzzah!
Lovely jubbly.
So after another hour goes by and the guys are sat there and another fight hasn't exactly kicked off. They've kind of just had some entertainment come out as they kind of decide between the monsters who's going to be the new champion.
Okay.
But yeah, 2 hours have passed for you guys sat on the stadium, just like, what the fuck is going on back there? Before, are you guys giving up? And you guys in the pits, are you giving up? Taking your jugs of wine and...
Yeah, I have enough. I have wine that'll do me for plenty of days, and I have a swanky gauntlet that's quite heavy. And by quite heavy, I mean I've got 3 encumbrance, because it's only 3 times as heavy.
Excellent. So you make your way up. As you make your way back up to the stands, the pit fighter owners, the guy you spoke to being one of them, Casper, are just like giving you a little round of applause because they've had not hundreds, dozens of pit fighters get eaten by the champion. So to have him out of the way and have a chance for their fighter to be the next champion, it evens up the playing field again because none of them have a fucking ogre. So yeah, there's a small round of applause as you walk through the blood dealers part, and as you come out, like people clear a path for you two. The mutants who were just sat around watching watching to see if the challenges were going to come back out. Did the new champions come out? When they see you, they're like, ah! move out of the way for you. For you guys back in the stands, you can hear that there's a commotion coming out as all of a sudden just people are moving out of the way. And as you look over there, you can just see Aurelia and Casper walking along with a jug.
Just a jug with a leather cap on top of it just to hold everything in. Well then. Thank you for that. As I said, hopefully it made our friends a little bit of coin, and this should do me a good while, especially while we're going to be on the boat.
Well, Casper, anytime you need me, I'll be here.
And I'll just start returning to the bar, the tavern.
Who's gonna crack our knuckles? Oh, let's go talk to the rest of the boys. I think I'm going to the dragon.
And you don't even have any wounds to take care of. So, yay.
Yeah. I mean, it's the whole thing was never really an issue for me, wounds-wise. So.
Rather, wounds? The thought of getting wounded never even crossed my mind.
What took you so long back there?
Oh, we were allowed into the champion's room, an ogre's sty, more or less, and we were allowed to look around for a while. So while I gathered my drinks, when we were finished, we decided to take a look around, and I hold up the gauntlet. I found one of these.
Irena's gonna raise her left hand wearing the glove. And then she's gonna show the cool, shiny new arrows.
So let's get some kind of roll and just be like, that's
Roll me perception with a plus 20, plus 30. If she's holding it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then give me a rune knowledge skill with a plus 10. If you succeed, the perception, obviously, because if you fail, then you're like, oh, I can't really. They look like nice gloves, gauntlets.
Okay.
So sure, you succeed with 5 degrees of success because you get the +1. You get the +1 over 100, but you don't get the bonuses over 100. So you get 5 degrees of success. So you look at that, and why has he got a dwarven gauntlet on?
It's like, hell, I'll pass that closer. What on earth?
It's three times heavier than what a normal gauntlet should weigh.
Dicks.
Yeah.
It's Gromrel. Fuck.
Look at it.
Not Gromrel. Can't be Gromrel.
And
roll for me your dwarven rune crafting with a plus 20. Your dwarven knowledge. I'll give it to you. It's Gromrel.
Okay. Do you want academic knowledge runes or my
Yes.
trade skill? Okay.
No, do the academic with
Jesus
plus
fuck.
20.
Is this actually Gromro?
Yes.
Yeah, it's actual Gromril.
Oh, fuck.
So the runes that are currently on the gauntlets are runes of parrying. They give you a +5 bonus to parry.
Oh. Okay.
Nice. I like this. I'm adding this to my talents.
Well, that's why we couldn't
Sorry.
fist bump.
Because the gloves
Where-
wanted to parry instead.
Plus
Where-
5 to parry, you said?
Grungy's name, did you get these?
They're covered in rust still. Like it's not.
Yeah.
So Gromril does not rust. Same with the Elven metal. They do not rust. That's why they can have artifacts that last so bloody long.
But they can be covered in grime and nasty.
Yes, and that's pretty much what these are. Although they've wiped it off to reveal the craftsmanship, the design, the rune, it's still obviously covered. But you as a dwarf would know that no steel gauntlet should weigh this much. And then when you see the glint of the metal in this poor light, because again this is a dark pit with a few torches for light, you're certain this is Gromril.
Do you know what you found?
I was just still wearing the gauntlet. Shiny gauntlet with a rune in it?
Blackhand is looking intently at.
You're right about the rune. It's not just some shiny gauntlet. And then he kind of looks around, kind of realizing what he's about to say, and he goes, "We should get these back to the ship now. Would you let me clean them up for you? Bring them back to their full beauty."
Rather, we'll remove the gauntlet, hand it
Yep.
over to you, Ragnar, and say, thank you, Ragnar. You're probably the best armor around, and I do trust you. So,
And he's gonna try and buy them off you later, but
I'll give you my firstborn. And my second.
And the second. And the third.
I will teach you rune crafting.
You've done that for less, so. Yeah, no, I'll handle the Waldo too, but I'll say I'm not heading to the ship. I'm heading to the inn because I've got to continue study. I do trust that. Yeah.
Rather, we'll look at you and say, I'm not going back to the ship either. I do have a lady I need to go meet. She's going to
Have
smash.
fun.
Since I'm
As
not,
you
I think you know where.
I'm surprised you're not taking the gauntlet.
So,
Oh,
so the sad part of moving around. You spent 3 hours searching. I've calculated it roughly. It's about 20 past 12 now. By the time you get out of here, it's going to be 20 to 1. By the time you get back to the crown, it's going to be probably about 1-5-2-1. If you want to go to the brothel, by all means, that's fine. If you want to go to the crown, 3 crowns, by all means, that's fine. It will be 1 o'clock. If you want to go back to the boat, that's another 15-20 minutes.
I say we just
back
go to I would say just wait till morning because
You might just want to go to the crown.
okay, yeah, he'll go to the crown and then probably not let anyone else into his room.
you're gonna pull a Casper.
Yeah, he's going to spend the entire night, instead of polishing his helmet for once, he's going to be polishing his gloves.
Okay.
Did you hear that? His.
Sorry, I was muted.
I heard
Your
it.
gloves? I'm pretty sure you still haven't pledged your entire...
He's just
bloodline
cleaning
to
that.
me.
He's just cleaning them, going, "Aye, one day you'll be mine. When I kill those bastards and take them." The ancestors will forgive me. They'll understand. When she's a pointy ears, it'll be fine. They'll forgive me.
You still haven't given me your first, second, third, and down to the 10th one.
Oh, you think dwarves have 10 children? If they did that, their population probably wouldn't be so bad. So, much like elves, I believe they only have a few kids because they get bored with raising the little ones. So, you all go back. You can enjoy your evening with your gal, or you can do research into the wee hours, or you can polish your gauntlets until they are lustrous and shiny.
You said that very conspicuously. Gauntlets, yeah. You're polishing the gauntlets. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Yeah.
But I can put them in this shape. What does that? What does Gromril feel about? No, never mind. So
No.
the 17th. The 17th. Well, it's smithing camp. We don't talk about smithing camp. The 17th passes us, and we are brought to the 18th, the last day of Black Powder Week. And for most of you, you don't even notice the cannons roaring as the sun rises. For most of you, you didn't... Well, maybe a few of you noticed the last of the fireworks going off as you finished your business, your research, your passionate lovemaking, and fell into the sweet embrace of sleep. But the new day comes, and with it a new buzz of excitement, as it appears there's a market going on in Nuln today. There is 10% off items in the market.
Ooh.
I wonder if I can get 10% off those boots.
Yes, basically 10% off everything that isn't specialist craft. If it has to be made specially for you, then they're not going to have it. If it's best quality, you have to roll gossip test to see if they haven't sold it or not. I like the rolls that I see, the rolls that are coming up.
I'm high on cocaine, but I've got +1 magic. Oh, that's a GM roll. Sorry, I just realized.
That's all right, dude.
I have 500 gold crowns, so I will leave the dragon. I'll go talk to Livia and ask her if she wants to go with me buy the boots, and we can do this off camera. But I'm just gonna go pick up the boots and give the guy 500.
Yeah,
gold
sure.
crowns.
Though
Okay.
I'd also need to visit the market. They're selling stuff for cheap.
Sure.
I think I bought my stuff.
So, what we'll do is, as long as the players are all right, we'll end the episode off here. You can have half a day or 3/4 of a day. Basically, you'll be told to be back at the bar for 7 for Humperdinck to... he has something a little bit special. So you guys can spend the day doing whatever you want, shopping-wise, off-camera, getting things ready, buying any last needed bits and bobs. And then we'll pick up again next week.
Okay.
I don't hear any naysayers saying no, so that's where we'll end the episode. So, thank you so much for joining us on this adventure, as soon we will be leaving Nuln. But this episode is definitely the start of the farewell, because again, things never go to plan, do they? But hey ho, it's the adventures on the way that bring the most fun about. No, it was a good episode. I enjoyed it. So, take care, everyone, and as always, bye bye for now.
Bye.
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 See ya.